there, the purpose of this video is to show you how we wash dishes here at Matangas. I'm going to show you some techniques as well as some basic principles to help you be successful doing this job. You need to realize that anybody can wash dishes. You know, you can get somebody off of the street, they can wash dishes immediately. So that's not what we're going for. We want to show you some basic techniques so you can master the task of dishwashing, and that is going to require paying attention to some details, and I'm going to go over some of those things with you in a minute. One of the things you need to realize is washing dishes or any task in our restaurant is speed. You need to be fast, and there is no way around that, because customers are not going to wait too long for their food, or if we run out of dishes or whatever it is. And we have a lot of work to do, whether it's prep or anything, and obviously dishes, which is the topic today. You have got to do things the most efficient way. You have to watch every move you make and where you are losing seconds that is working against you. So I'm going to show you some techniques how you can be fast. But your goal, no matter dishes or any task you do at Matangas, is every day to get faster, because that matters to our customers, so it matters to us as well. Another factor that is going to be really important that you need to make sure you do is to stay organized. When you're doing dishes, you need to have a system in place, not just whatever's around, and you can have a mess in the dish station and it's going to make you feel more overwhelmed because you ain't got a system. Things are disorganized all over the place, and we got dishes coming all the way out, and you're going to be very overwhelmed thinking that it's a mountain you need to climb, when in reality all you need is a system in place where you are organized, when you're getting things done in batches, and you'd be surprised what you can do when you are organized. The other thing is you need to be mentally present. So doing dishes, it seems like you're not engaging with other people or whatever it is, but it's going to require you to focus. So we do lose a lot of marinara cups. We lose a lot of forks. In fact, like every some odd weeks we buy more because staff continues to lose them, and the reason is because they're not present, they're not focused, they are elsewhere mentally, so they're just throwing things into the trash. And that is going to make you a mediocre dishwasher and not an excellent one. So you can't be proud of yourself if that's what you do. Staff breaks dishes as well all the time, and it's because they're not organized, they're not focused, they're just trying to work sloppy and get something done, and they're overwhelmed because they're not organized. So that as well, I'm going to show you how you can be organized, and that's going to help you as well to get it done in a masterful way. The other thing that is an important factor that is going to make you successful as a dishwasher is for you to be tidy in the way you work. So that means you're not sloppy in the way you work. You need to realize that the dish station needs to be thoroughly cleaned, especially at the end of the night. We mop all the way under the dish station. So we wipe down even the pipes that are under the dish station. You cannot be sloppy. In the morning, it's going to smell. Your teammates are going to know that the dish station wasn't closed properly, and that's going to require you actually caring about and seeing things that need to be cleaned. And cleaning is very important. That's why we're washing dishes. It's cleaning dishes ultimately. So you need to, at the end of the night, not leave things for the next shift. You need to actually clean the walls, and you need to actually pay attention to all those details. So be tidy, be organized, and be fast. In this section, I'm going to talk about what we call urgent dishes. Depending on, so we don't treat all dishes fairly with the same urgency. So I'm going to talk to you about this a little bit so you see how it's done. So for instance, let's talk about plates. If you are washing dishes for the buffet shift, you need to understand that dishes are done differently, in that a buffet time, one customer may get up 3 times and get 3 dishes, because every time they go to the buffet and get food, they go sit down and they do not get that same plate go back to the buffet, so they get a new plate, and that's the way it's done in any buffet. So one customer may use 3 plates on average is pretty much what's going to be. However, in the dinner shift, usually one customer uses 1 plate. So what am I telling you is, during buffet time, and you may be a dishwasher or a driver that is working during our buffet time, and you're taking care of dishes, if you have stack of plates and all kinds of other dishes like a half pan or different things or dough sheets or whatever it is, you must give your plates priority, because we may run out of plates because for the reason that I just told you. So plates have more priority than other dishes during buffet times in particular. Okay, so I'm going to as well talk to you about the dinner shift. What are some of the dishes that you need to give higher priority, and I'm going to tell you why. So plates, always, we don't want to run out of plates. On a Friday night, we may run out of plates, so you need to make sure that we have this done. The other one that is going to be is these pans, the frying pans or whatever it is. What do we use these for? We use these for our spaghetti and meatballs. We usually put the spaghetti in the hot water, and then we put the marinara in the pan, and then the spaghetti comes in here, we saute it, and we serve it. We only have 6 of these in the restaurant. So for instance, on Saturday that we also serve fettuccine alfredo, that it gets also using these pans, we run out of these really fast. So if you are on dishes and you see these, get them done, and once you're done with them, you don't park them on the dish rack. You walk them to where, I'm going to show you where it is. Up here with the stack. This is where it goes. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all the frying pans we have. And right now, it is not enough for our load. So you may hear someone from this station call you out, hey, I need frying pans, ASAP. So before being told, if you see a frying pan, wash it ASAP and walk it and put it to at its home. The next one is these marinara cups. So we use these for breadsticks, for calzones, for pizza rolls, right? We use these a lot. On a Friday night, we're gonna have a lot of appetizers for our dine-in, and I believe we use these as well for beer cheese, for pretzels. So we use these a lot. And as I told you, we go through different seasons where we buy a batch, like 4 dozens, and we may only have 20 of them in the kitchen because some dishwashers have lost them. So here's what happens. You see these on site, wash them fast. And you stack them up here, and if you're told, hey, I need marinara cups, you have a stack that you can walk over. Again, its home is right next to those frying pans, and a little thing that is visible you can see. These, you need to give them priority as well. Last but not least, spatula, pizza spatula, and forks. A lot of times the dishes come out in different bins, and we give priority to the big stuff. We have this one, I don't know if it's a 6th pan or whatever it is, where we put the utensils in. We pile up the utensils and water. I'll show you in a minute. And we take care of all the dishes, and we pile up on forks and pizza spatulas. And then soon you're gonna hear the front say, hey, we're out of pizza spatulas. So you need to make sure that every now and then, especially on busy nights like our Friday night or Saturday night, as you're taking care of dishes, you don't forget to leave all the utensils, and particularly, again, pizza spatulas, in there. Get the particular basket that we have, and I'm going to show you 4 utensils, and put a batch of them through so we don't run out of pizza spatulas and forks on busy nights. One of the biggest reasons that someone in the dish station may be slow is because they have not gotten a hold of things that makes those time wasters. I'm going to show you a few things that waste your time and makes you slow as a dishwasher. And again, if you want to exceed expectation and work with excellence and diligence, you have got to be fast, you have got to be organized, and you have got to be tidy to meet and hopefully also exceed expectation as a dishwasher. In this next section, I'm going to show you different things that may be wasting your time in the dish station. You have to watch every movement of your body, especially the repeated movements you make, and minimize the distance from point A to point B where you're moving. So let me show you. For instance, I have a bin here, and I have this basket, or whatever we can call it, over here. So I'm going to minimize, and I see sometimes staff tilt their body over and over. This is wasting your time. Every 10 seconds here and there, and that is going to make that 10% difference of speed between one who's really fast and one who's slow. So here's what we do. I have the bin. I'm going to put it here, tilt it gently, and I'm going to minimize this distance. And I have the whatever it is to wash the dishes and stuff with. I'm just showing you the distance. I'm going to minimize this distance. So my hand is working really fast. Both of my hands are engaged. It's also bad ergonomics for you to be doing tilting, and you're going to be working really hard and be really tired and achy when you could have worked smarter and got things done much faster and worked less and gotten more things done in less amount of time. So I'm going to minimize this distance, and when I'm working, as I'm putting this basket here, this hand is moving because I can do two things. My hand and both my hands are engaged. The point is that you need to, both of your hands are working together, and you're minimizing this distance as much as you can, and you'd be surprised how much time you save when you do that. And the other thing that wastes a lot of your time is you not doing dishes. When you're washing dishes, for you to be fast, you need to be washing dishes. So all the minutes and seconds that you're not washing dishes, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that, you're wasting time. So what do I mean by that? So for instance, I have these dishes in here that need to go to the front. The front can help me depending on the level of rush that we have, but usually the front staff can come and get their glasses. If I take these wine glasses all the way to the front, and on my way say hi to the pretty girls, and like no one can see that I'm flirting around, but that's all right, you are wasting time. You walking over, you can ask a Jump 5 to come take these dishes, and you focus on washing dishes, because again, all the minutes that you're not actively washing dishes, you're spending time, so you need to minimize that. So for instance, when I'm walking to get a bin of dishes, so I'm gonna go over here and get the bin of dishes we have. I'm gonna walk the shortest distance instead of making a long thing around or whatever. I'm gonna get dishes, and I'm gonna go back to what I was doing as fast as I can. I'm not gonna fool around, oh hey, whatever it is. Again, you can do that, but then that leads to being a mediocre dishwasher. So it's your choice of what you wanna be. So you wanna be fast, you need to be washing dishes. If you're not washing dishes, you are slowing your job. The other way that you can be faster and losing time is the way you walk. And that is a basic detail that a lot of people miss. The way you walk, you can walk fast and you can walk slow. And one of the ways to walk fast is taking bigger steps. You're not running, you're making way more progress when you're taking bigger steps. So for instance, if I have dishes and I'm going to the front, I'm going to take big steps. I'm not running, I'm just taking bigger steps. And I leave it here, ring the bell, and I go back. I'm taking big steps, I'm going back because I'm focused, and I'm going back to washing dishes because I know every minute that I'm not washing dishes, I'm gonna be here stuck. And again, that's the reputation of a kind of a worker that I am. So I'm gonna walk fast. So walking, if you're just dragging and walking, you are slowing yourself down, and it's not working for you, it's working against you. So walk fast. Needless to say, without crashing into people, breaking stuff and whatever, okay? Considering all of that, walk fast. Safety first. Every time that you are interrupted as well, that slows you down. So sometimes the way you're interrupted is if you have your phone in your pocket and it's buzzing you, you know, from the White House, they may be texting you for some nuclear bomb is gonna go off and you really need to know about it, and you get your phone and you check it, you are slowing yourself down, number one. Second, know that your teammates are watching you and your level of work ethic is showing of the kind of person you are. Third, you're mentally gonna go elsewhere, and that's gonna lead to more issues because you're not mentally focused, you're gonna be slow, it's just the way it is. So you getting these interruptions, you need to avoid interruptions and work in a focused manner. So avoid interruptions as much as you can, and I think the nuclear bombs are gonna wait till you're done with dishes till you can say if it goes off or not. Another time waster is being overwhelmed. We have had staff members on some of their first nights even crying because they were so overwhelmed that the dishes were endless and were just piling up. But you getting overwhelmed in the circumstances that you're going through, whether it's in life or doing dishes, you're simply wasting time. You gotta get to it and get it done. Having conversations about, oh well, how can we do what, oh no, whatever, oh I'm gonna be here forever. You're wasting time. Get to it, get it done, and get out. Another time waster is you working with an attitude that is not cheerful. You are pissed that you're doing dishes. You're banging dishes around it's childish. You think your teammates don't know that you're just banging dishes as if you're doing I don't know what it is, that you're trying to make a point. And you're simply reflecting of the kind of work ethic you have. Doing dishes or any work at the restaurant is hard. It is physically hard, so you're manning up or womaning up, and that's what it's going to take. And you working with a cheerful attitude is a reflection of your character. And as you're going through hardship of standing here for 5 hours doing dishes, you are growing in your character, or simply, again, you're not allowing yourself to grow, and you're just wasting time breaking dishes, destroying company equipment, dropping stuff, and simply pissing everybody off around you. So that is wasting time. So get it together, grow up, and wash some dishes. Your mom has been doing dishes forever. You maybe do. I mean, you should. You need to contribute to your household once you get married in the future as well. Dishes will be around forever, so it's just what it is, dishes. Like bathroom cleaning, it'll be forever, and it's not ever going away, so that's what that is. So don't waste time on it. Last but not least, the last thing that I wanted to mention that wastes your time is you walking around empty-handed. So, for instance, you may be going up to get drinks or whatever it is, which you're wasting time, because you can ask the girls and they'll be happy to help you out to get you a drink, and you're allowing them to serve you, and they're happy to do it. Or you're walking around. So for instance, I took the frying pan up there and I left it there. On my way back, I can grab some dishes that I see that seem to be dirty dishes. I can pick it up and bring it back here. Or every movement that you do, if you're walking around empty-handed, you're wasting time, because you can do way more with less time, and you make the most of a trip. So you went over there to drop something off. On your way back, pick up, there's a stack of dough sheets over there or whatever it is, pick dishes up and bring it back. Have ownership, understand that you work as a team. Oh, and they need to bring me the dishes or whatever. No, that's not how it works. You're a bad team player if that's how you think. So don't walk around empty-handed on that trip. Just grab any dishes that you see on site, bring it back, and take care of it. In this section, I'm going to talk about some of the things upon arrival that are going to make you be successful at our dishwashing station. So first is, do not come to work hungry. If you come to work hungry, your performance is going to suffer. It's just a basic thing. You've got to take care of your body. If you don't get enough sleep, your performance is going to suffer. Your reputation and our team are going to think, well, so-and-so never contributes and blah, 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 or you grumpy or whatever. Partly it's because you're hungry, and it's because you're really tired, and partly because you have not gone to bed early enough, because you should be thinking, hey, I got class, and then I'm going, I'm working later and I'm closing. So I need to get my butt to bed. So that is you showing responsibility and entering into the adult world. So get good sleep and don't come to work hungry. You are welcome to come 15 minutes earlier, get something to eat. You're welcome to do that and all of that. But once you get on the clock, you need to bring your A game. Get on the clock, walk focused, and grab a bucket and get to work, and don't waste time and get it done. Get busy and stay busy. You need to realize if you're doing dishes, you don't want to wait around for dishes. So get all the dishes you got done. Bug the front staff. Hey, you guys, get me dishes. Especially if you're working late at night and it's past 8 p.m. Get them to pre-bus tables and bring you dishes. Ask the kid, hey guys, bring me dishes, or whatever it is. You be proactive and get them to bring you dishes, or you go get the dishes. So that way you are staying busy at all times. Don't be, oh, well, we're done with dishes. You don't know. There's all kinds of dishes around, and before you know it, hell's gonna break loose and there's gonna be 4 buckets coming your way because you chilled around or whatever. No, stay busy and keep a constant level of productivity, and so you can go home and be proud of the work you did.
Talking about is from Toyota's production system. It's known as Heijunka. I can't say it right. I'm not Japanese. Deal with it. Heijunka is leveling the production. So in production, in a manufacturing, you might get a spike of orders and then you might have no orders at all. Okay? Same in a restaurant. You get a spike, it's called a rush, and then you get no orders. So what it is keep a steady production. If you have dishes before the spike, get them done. And then when the spike happens, keep getting them done. And then when the spike goes down, the rush goes down, you have to keep finishing those dishes. Steady and fast is what's going to win in the restaurant. The benefit is that it prevents stress, because if you do nothing when it's really slow, right? And then when it gets really fast, you have to get super fast and it's faster than you can be. That causes you stress. That causes overwhelm. And when you are overwhelmed, your performance actually goes down. So it's better for you to have that little bit level of urgency to level the production, so that when that spike happens, it goes up a little bit and it goes down a bit. But it's better for you because it's easier for your job. It makes it easier so that your fingers aren't bleeding at the end of a Friday night because you're so stressed and you're hitting stuff and not paying attention because you have to catch up all the time.
In this section, I'm going to hint briefly about the importance of something. And there is going to be a coaching checklist that someone will walk you through the dish station and to put that in place of what I'm about to talk about. And that is, the dishes need to go back to their home. So what that means is, like, we're looking for a lid, we're looking for a particular dish or whatever. It happens more than we want that the team gets frustrated because they cannot find where that particular dish is when we need it now. And that happens when we are washing dishes, we don't know where something goes, and we're like, all right, I'm just gonna put it here. Without wondering, if you don't know what to do something, if you have 1% doubt, ask. That is one of our principles in the company, because again, it is not about you, it's about our team, and we want to make sure that the morning crew is not frustrated with the night crew and vice versa. So you need to know where everything goes, from the fork, from the cup, the lid, for the thing, or whatever, to anything that it is. And if you have 1% doubt where the home of a particular dish is, it is your job to ask, and it's our team's job to serve you and to coach you and to teach you where things go. One of them being the tea nozzles. The night shift washes the tea containers that we have, the tea urns, and we have to open up the nozzle, and it has to be cleaned up. And we went through a long season. The morning shift, you have to spend 20 minutes figuring out where that nozzle is. Is it here? Is it because every time it would move? So we had to come up with a home for it. That's where it goes and has to always be there, or whatever it is. So if you don't know, ask, but everything has a home. They don't just live homelessly in random places and get lost. Thank you. One of the things you need to realize also is that if you don't do a task, it doesn't disappear on its own. Let me tell you what I mean. So your mom may tell you, hey, you wash dishes or whatever it is, or something that your mom is asking you to do, or laundry, for instance, and you forgot to do it, and somehow your mother, because she loves you and she's gracious, she's gonna take care of you without you knowing, and you totally even forgot about it. It doesn't happen this way in the restaurant, in that if you don't do your job, if you don't do a thorough job, someone else has to do it. So if you don't carry your load, someone else has to be burdened to carry your load on top of their own load. So for instance, when we mop, imagine under the dish station or whatever, that mop bucket or the mop itself is not going to miraculously clean up on their own. Someone has to actually scrub and clean them. So just because you mopped or whatever, you dump everything and you hang it there and you leave. It's not gonna just get cleaned up on its own. Someone has to do it. So that to say, carry your load. In fact, why don't you be generous with other people carrying their load, but don't be leaving what is yours to other people, because that is bad work ethic. That is being a bad team player, and no one wants you on their team when you're not carrying your load. When you suck at what you do and others have to carry your load, and on a job that is so hard like the restaurant. So exceed expectation and be a great team player. In this section, I'm going to talk about the mechanics of different things that goes into our dish station, from our dishwasher that we need to be really nice to, as well as this section, which is our pot, soap, and sanitizer. I'm going to go into details in a minute, how this whole thing works, as well as we have the trash and how we set things up. So we're going to go into detail how this works.
Okay, this is a sanitizer. It's not necessarily a dishwasher, because the dishes that go in it should already be pre-rinsed over here in the sink, first of all. Second, you can see in here, it's one of these things. It shoots water up from the bottom onto the dishes, and then there's one on the top as well that shoots it down. So that creates a swirling action to thoroughly clean, and sanitize all the dishes. There are 3 buckets of chemicals underneath here that you can't see right now. One is a detergent, one is a pre-rinse aid, and one is a sanitizer. So that means you don't need to use that sanitizer that's mounted on the wall over there if you're going to put it into this machine. You're wasting chemicals. Hashtag no waste. Okay? So when you put a rack of dishes in here and you close the lid, the machine will run for 90 seconds. If for some reason you hear a grinding sound like and you don't hear the water, that means down here at the bottom, it has drained all the water out. And there's either something in here or it's not plugged. So simply lift the lid and fix it. And then when you put it down, now you hear it swirling in there. Thoroughly sanitizes all the dishes, provided that you got all the sauce, all the bacon, all the random pieces of cheese stuck to the pans off before you put it in here. This is to make it sanitary for us to eat off of it. It is not a dishwasher. It is a sanitizer. Alright, so this device hanging on the wall is here to automatically mix sanitizer and detergent so that we do not waste it. That's the purpose of this. Now, sanitizer. Right, we just covered that this dishwasher over here is not a dishwasher, it's a sanitizer. So what do we need sanitizer over here for? The reason we have sanitizer over here is if we're refilling bottles for the front of the house to go sanitize tables, if we're refilling the sanitizer buckets that we have around the kitchen for sanitizing tables. This sanitizer, the only thing it's actually used for in the dish pit is for items that are too big to fit in this sanitizer. Okay, so that includes the dough pans, the dough bowl, and maybe some of the 20-inch pans that are actually 22-inch pans that don't fit for our party-sized pizzas. Okay, sanitizer only used for those when it doesn't fit in a sanitizer machine. Pot and pan detergent is used to help with cleaning the items that don't necessarily fit or if they're exceptionally sticky. Also used for putting into the detergent buckets that are green located around the kitchen, used in the proper sanitizing of the table and work surface process. If I see you just spraying it around the sink for no reason, you're wasting it. You're wasting chemicals, you're wasting time, you're not doing anything. The bacteria is still going to be there, you're not cleaning anything, you're just being a little kid with a hose. And we have one of those out back, it's a garden hose.
In this video, I'm going to show you a few details, how I sort through dishes, how I'm going to batch them together, and where things go. So first thing is, when you come in, this may be already here, or it may not, but you get a metal pan. And why do we do a metal of these? The reason is because we do use the plastic ones on the line in both stations for like our pepperoni or our sausage or different stuff. So we use these on the line. The metal ones, they don't fit on the line very well, so we'd like you to use a metal one in here, the big one, like that. So first thing you do is you fill it up with water. And we're going to use this for our utensils. And the reason for the water is when the utensils sit in the water, the things around them, when it's time to kind of rinse it and wash it and put it through the machine, things are loosed up around it and it's much easier to clean than when the dishes things will get stuck to it. So that's what it is. Next, I'm going to use the pot and pan, and not the sanitizer, because the utensils will go through our sanitizer machine here. So the pot and pan for that is going to be about like 3 seconds. I'm going to open it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's all we need for this. Is going to be. So when I'm sorting through dishes, I will see utensils on my way. I will drop it in here till I have enough, and I'm going to grab the utensils out when I'm going to use the actual basket for the utensils. So here's what we're going to do. Again, we talked about minimizing our space, so I'm going to try to work as fast as I can. These are going to slow me down. I'm going to put them down here for now, and then I'm going to wash my plates. So the thing with plates is basic physics, plates or any other dishes. If the water hits this way down, and this is like this, it's going to go in every direction. You are going to get very wet. Some dishwashers of our team get extremely soaked. and some don't, and that's the trick. So one, you tilt it down so when it hits, it goes down there that way, and also keep it down, not up here. Keep it down there. So you want to again get everything off. So that's how you do it. So I'm gonna work as fast as I can. Down here. You need to make sure it's not sticking out because this is going to go down. Kind of put it like that. You bring it down. So next, I'm going to waste no time. I'm going to get this out and get this up. I'm going to tilt it down. This is basic physics. We've had staff members trying to dump the thing out and do it this way. So if you do it this way, it's going to go this way. On the corner, I know it's basics, you would think, yes. On the corner, it goes out like that. So this is done. So I'm going to go get my other bucket fast. Have this done. I'm going to stack these. This I'm going to put down here. Up. Move down. Toss the basket. Goes down again. Yeah, my goal is by the time always when this is done in the next 60 to 90 seconds to have a load ready to go. So I'm not gonna go, if I go put these away, I'm gonna slow myself down. So I first do this, when I have time I do that. That in there, put it in here. I still have time. Just in time. I can ask the girls to come get this, but it is 11 p.m., so no one's here. This is done. Well, I don't have enough over there to put it in, but the point is that I will make sure I have a load ready. While the machine is working, my time is to have a load ready. Once I'm done with the load, have something ready, I'm gonna put these away. So that way the machine is always working. I'm keeping the machine busy. So the dishwashing is always happening no matter what happens. So because everything has to go through the machine. So that's the way to be fast. You get a system, you call them up here, get help to get these out of the way. You put this, whatever you empty up, you put in here. So that's gonna be the next one that's gonna go up. So you get a system going and you need to make it fun for yourself because you wanna beat time. You want to beat the system. So ultimately you have like 90 seconds to get a load ready. So if you're present and you just focus on that, hey, you can hear the sound of the water, you know that it's kind of going down, I better hurry up and get my load ready. So you are always, you're beating time, you're working against time, and it's a fun game when you do it and you get to be really fast when you get a system going doing the dishes. Now onto the utensils. So as we talked about on a busy night, every 4 or 5 loads or whatever, as much as, you know, whenever you have a good bit of utensils that you can put one load in. You use this one only and not the other ones, because if you use the other ones, you are going to lose forks and things are going to fall off, because that one is very holy. So this is made for this purpose. So this is the one we use. And the way we do it is that I get and I rinse off and I put it in here. And as you can see, because the sack and the water, things come off pretty easily off of it. But if not, you can do this. If there's something that seems like something is stuck stubborn, you can always use the scotch or whatever it is to kind of rinse it off better. The marinara cups as well go in here with these folks. So pile them up, rinse it off, and put it through the machine just like that. In this video, I'm going to show you how we handle our dough sheets. So these are the ones that we accumulate throughout the day as we stretch dough. These are the ones when we make dough, we get a stack of these and we lay dough on it and we cover it with plastic. And as the pizza makers stretch dough and remove, we're going to free up these, and they usually pile up here. So depending on your shift, so for instance, if you're in the morning shift and you may be a driver or whatever, your main goal is before you leave, which is maybe 3, maybe 4, it doesn't matter when it is, the sooner the better, because if you get this done, you can help with prep, because your team is working on those things, is to get everything related to that shift done. You don't want to leave a stack of this for the dinner shift, no thank you very much. So you clean your own stuff, if you don't want other people to leave stuff for you. So that's how it's going to be. The night it's not fair to the night shift dishwasher to deal with the stack that he's already got and your stuff. So clean your own mess. So if you're doing the dishes in the morning shift, you need to make sure you thoroughly get everything done before you leave. And that's why you are here, to help with that department. So if you're in the night shift, do not leave the stack to be this tall. You're just making your life miserable. So on and off, you need to get these done. Lower them, the volume of these dough sheets down, because they're a little bit of an anomaly. They don't wash the same way going through the stuff. So the way we wash these is that, again, we want to be safe and we want to be efficient in the speed we do. If you put this through the sanitizer, again, every time is going to take 90 seconds, and you got 30 of these, you do the math, how much you're wasting time through there, when you can do it far faster and equally here. So that I'm going to show you how we do it. So come on, let me show you. So this is, we have the dough. I'm sorry I didn't mention also, again, we roast mushroom, we roast chicken breast and chicken wings, which are fatty, and the more they sit here, the fat is going to harder to remove. It's going to require more work in scrubbing. So you see them on site, get them done as fast as you can so they don't sit here and all that. So if it is oily, you're going to scrub more. These are just the dough, and as you can see, these I don't know how to call them, they kind of get stuck in there and whatever it is. So it's nothing bad, it's food, it's dough or chicken or whatever it is, it's fine. So the way we're going to do it, first we're going to clean up as much as we can with water. So in this phase, we are going to use our pot and pan. It's like a dish soap thing. So I'm going to open it for like 2 seconds. 1, 2, that's it. I'm going to put this back gently. I'm going to use this to scrub. I'm going to start from the corner, and I'm going to go around, mark my territory, so I get everything done. So I go around, and I'm looking, and I see, oh, there's a little piece here. I'm going to grab that. So I just go around. I'm paying attention. I'm focused. I'm looking at every corner to make sure. Oh, there's some pieces over here I'm going to grab. So again, I'm going to bring the soap up and make sure we do this. All the corners in particular, I'm going to make sure everything is done here. So this phase is done. I put this away. I'm going to rinse this off. I'm going to tilt it, and as I tilt it and I wash it, I can see if there are any pieces that are not done. So I just do this. If there's still little pieces of something stuck there, I need to scrub more of it. So I'm going to just rinse this off. So this is rinsed off and cleaned off, but we need to sanitize it which is put another chemical on it and then it has to air dry. So this is how it works. I'm gonna get the one on the left, which is our sanitizer one. I'm going to open it for 2 seconds. Here's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2. And I'm gonna put this down here gently. I'm gonna just make sure this gets everywhere. Corner to corner without making a mess. Just like that. I tilt it, it goes down. Same thing I need to do for the back of it. So gently I do this. If I hit this tile one, it's gonna go down. So here's how it goes. 1, 2, that's it. And I'm gonna put it up here. Oops.